Welcome back here to Calling the Audible.
Thank
Our
you.
website
Feel
is down.
welcome.
Thank you. I feel at home.
You know what's up though right now?
NBA draft.
Us. The NBA draft as well. As well as Eagle.
What
and
else
his
is
top
up?
70 porn titles.
Robinhood.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
That's a good one. That's very good.
I'm gonna go home and watch that.
Do we still
tonight.
have access to go into the NBA draft live look-ins?
We do.
Where are we at now?
It looks like the Clippers are on the clock.
Are we on the clock ready to go for that pick here or no?
Clippers.
Nope. We're still waiting for it to come in.
How much
Okay,
time
very
left?
I can't tell because it
Oh.
doesn't have it on ESPN.
All right. Since the site's down, let's dive into what we remember.
Yes.
What did we see from this past week's action?
Well, I saw two guys who may have been cost a receiver of the year title.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on. I'm interested now.
So, Georges Livoyer, 3 touchdowns, but
Not bad.
like 15 yards receiving.
So there goes 1,000 yards for him.
That's what I'm saying. So like he's not scoring touchdowns consistently. So like the yardage was really gonna help boost him up, and the catches that wasn't there this time because literally Diablos were like on the 5-yard line all game because they kept getting.
No, that's not true. That is completely
Well,
false.
it's the first half anyway.
They kept throwing 40 bombs against a
Late,
team that
like,
could
yeah.
not cover.
Absolutely, but
Squat.
early on in the game, I think Francois Martin told me in the first half he had like 5 pass attempts because they kept
for like 4 touchdowns
and
because he kept going deep.
no, that was the second half. You're misremembering.
I'm telling you, the entire game. First of all, peer review mirrors, terrible.
Yeah.
They have good players. They should be better. So your boy Akeem Oyes-Charles had some terrible drops to begin with
But
in the end zone, which
that's
doesn't help.
been his knock, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
in his career.
I like to
so.
not make fun of him.
It's no, but the thing is like it's a shame because there are a few guys who get as much separation as Akeem can get. Like just good route runner, quick, great out of his cuts, and sometimes he's the
Lack of
best receiver in the
concentration.
division, and sometimes he has a rough game. You know,
Lack of concentration sometimes. He gets distracted sometimes with the
That's all that Burger King
jargon.
Yeah.
But to Francois Martin's point, I think they had 2 pick sixes in the first half.
and 2 other drives that started at the 5.
So you're not, they're not going to do much. They didn't have to do much, but the feeling was still that. Well, no, Georges really had 15 yards total
I believe I can't check, but I believe so.
because he had 20 yards on the last play and a half. They were at their 1.
Okay, so
or at their
maybe
10, whatever.
again, so
Assuming he had a decent
so let's
day.
say like late in the game they padded his stats, but early on was that like you,
Early on, yeah.
you know,
But
and
it's-
the other one who may have been cost receiver of the year, Alex David, 1 catch for 9 yards. Essentially, I know because I was there for that game. Justin
'Cause-
Blanchard,
'cause
man
you
to
shut him
man,
down? Oh.
all game.
That was you. That would have been more impressive.
Actually, I took away one. We were in zone once. I recognized the play and dropped back to take away the post, and he was so mad. He was like, "The one time you guys were in zone and you take away the goddamn read."
Yes. That's how it works.
So, but yeah, so those are
Defense.
2 receivers that were in the running, and it's a game that's going to cost them
It's fair.
because they for different reasons. Alex David's always a volume receiver, didn't have the volume, and Georges Voyer is not going to score every week, so he needs to put up the yards, and the yards weren't super impressive. Although they may have been better than I thought, but again, I can't check.
The
Besides
big
them.
big upset this week, Grabuge beats Touched by an Angeletti 19-6. So we were very high on Touched by an Angeletti early in the
We're
season.
back,
But
baby.
maybe it's only an upset because we hyped them up for nothing.
Oh, we'll get to that
But
hype.
they did lose Gordon Hogan, right? I haven't seen him since the injury.
Yeah, I believe he played.
Did he?
I'm going to double check that.
Maybe I'm just saying.
And
I
the
haven't
injury he
seen
suffered
him.
was in Saint Laurent, was the
Yeah.
upper body. I think it was near the eye.
So like
injury.
going blind without the sight was easy when we each had like one show to do. But now that we go all the divisions, there's no way
But,
we can
like, there was
remember everything.
blood coming out from his eye.
What?
There was.
Yeah, no,
He had a
I'm
cut
not-
around his eye.
I'm not referring to that though. I'm
Yeah.
referring to a different thing.
Oh, sorry.
You
I was
clearly were not listening.
I was not. All looks tie beat the Bandits 37-37. Surprised. I don't know. Are you?
I am a little bit.
I
Four.
spoke to Corey.
All hooks time.
I spoke to Corey Woloski after the game, and he was pretty much like, "I scored 37 points,"
It's pretty good.
and he told me he was not impressed with their defense. Very well. That the better part of them was their offense, and they can score pretty much when they want to.
Sounds about right.
But their defense, it was just disorganized and left wide open receivers. So Corey Woloski will make you pay. He's as smart as they come, and unlike a lot of guys who we call smart, like me, he has a good arm. So he definitely can be dangerous.
But Mo, what surprises you that they tied?
With the 12th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Miles Bridges.
Wow, from Michigan State.
University.
Okay, okay. All right.
All right.
I like that pick. Good solid pick. Second-year player from Michigan State. All right.
So
Yes, to answer your question,
you're surprised that they tied because they didn't win, or you're surprised
I'm
that?
surprised he tied.
But in what, like, which side?
I'm surprised because if you look across the board, BD Bands has one guy that poses a threat, which is Sven Sander. You look across the board of all hooks, they have 3, maybe 4 guys that can break open a game at any given moment, right? And not to say this site could very well.
Okay, so this is impressive for BD Bandits.
Yeah,
to be
it's
able to tie
impressive for them, right? But I think this lost point could end up hurting all hooks in the grand scheme of things of a
Okay.
playoff spot. Like they could be maybe a 3 if had they won that game, as opposed to being a 4.
Okay.
Right, and then in that case, that kind of changes the dynamics of who they play in the 4-5 versus the 3-6 matchup. But I just think that at that point, right, we come down to what? At this point in the year, what is the most key essential point is the extra point.
Yeah.
And if you don't hit on your extra points, this is what happens.
We'll get to that.
We
in
know
the
all
WC
about that.
podcast.
No.
But Mo, remember when you were as high on the Green Hornets as Seth Rogen was high in the Green Hornets?
Ooh, that was a long time ago.
Whatever. Let's get to the Brotherhood game.
They
That-
lost
no.
for the show
Yeah.
for the show had 5 players.
For sure, 5 players, and they lost
And they got
46-0.
Smoked.
Yeah, no.
How?
I don't know. Max Marsan, I thought he would have this team on the right direction.
There's times where Green Hornets. I remember there's one game at Brosser. I turned around and I asked Mo, "Who's this team?" Mo was like, "It's Green Hornets." Like, man, they're playing well, and like there was something there.
Yeah. They
And
played well
then they
against
lose
the
to five.
Daouz. Yeah.
46-0.
The game that really impressed me, Brotherhood against Smoking A's.
Mm-hmm.
Hood winning 39-19, and Jamal Gittins 17-22 for 196.
You mean Jamal, the guy you were benching, Gittins?
Yeah, I mean, look.
That's his new nickname. The
Mo-
guy Mo was benching.
Mo benches a lot of players. Remember how last year he was benching Sam Mashtub and he couldn't never play football in CJEP?
Two-way player of the year in Div B.
And now he's
That's the one.
Yeah.
D1 receiver starting. Same guy.
What does it say about Vanny's depth?
What does that say about Peeze
It means they
and
don't
GM's
need it
coaching
because they got
ability?
Sam Mashtub. That's what it means.
What does that say about Peeze and GM's coaching ability?
Yeah, there we go,
Yeah.
baby. Take all the credit for
Absolutely
somebody else
nothing,
being talented.
I thought this was a good game, though, for Brotherhood. They really stepped up to the plate and answered the challenge of Smoking A's. And Smoking A's, they're a team that likes to bark a lot. We know their team. And they didn't back down. Ryan Dobbs-Garner had a huge game. He made Nimrod, our boy, Janakovsky.
Nice.
Nice.
Just slur your way through it.
Yeah.
Sounded like Simone right there.
He actually, I like Nimrod a lot. Cool guy, nice guy, and he likes to bark, and he can back it up when he wants to. But on this day, Ryan Dobbs-Garner had a huge game with 3 TDs, and the defense played very well. I thought they came out with some big
Brotherhood?
red zone. Yeah, Brotherhood came out with some big red zone INTs. Omar Jackson, Jamal Giddens really took away
But
points in the red zone.
they got the players to be a very
They
good
do,
defense, right?
but the thing is, though, right? Can Jamal Gittins keep up this clip of excellence like he did on Thursday or on Wednesday it was, and be that guy for them now?
I think weirdly they're very matchup dependent because if they face DBs that are faster than the Brotherhood, because they're not that fast. If they're faster than the Brotherhood, that's when they really struggle.
Yeah.
When they don't have that burner speed, that's
It's
when
also Jamal Gittins is a natural thrower of the ball, but he's not yet a quarterback. And before he really knows how to exploit teams and take advantage of what they're doing, exploit their defenses, he's gonna have up and down games.
that he's for now he's still one dimensional, and if that dimension doesn't work, it's really bad.
But
Yes.
hey, roll over, take over. Lost 24-19.
We have a write-in.
Oh,
Yes.
we'll get back to that in a second.
Why do they call it a peanut gallery?
Nice.
Okay, so let's make up answers. Mo, your made up answer?
Yeah, I think for the Bronx Yankee fans
Yeah.
and the Philadelphia fan base.
So in the year 1936, they believed that if people that had peanut allergies were eliminated, we would be able to get rid of the peanut allergy gene within 50 years. So they put all the children up in an old theater in a gallery surrounded by peanuts.
Smart.
Yeah, didn't work though.
I can't beat that.
Eagle, do you have anything for
I had
us?
something about planters, but I couldn't go anywhere.
Perhaps a word that sounds like peanut?
I was gonna say since peanuts grow on trees, the people in the upper deckers had to reach them. But more importantly, this also relates back to the Bone Ranger.
Nice. All right, you brought it back. I was about to yell at
That
you
was good.
for
That was good.
not getting what we do on
That
the
was
show,
good.
but that was well done.
You
That
wanna
was good.
you wanna take this, Bone Ranger?
What?
Your new nickname, Bone Ranger.
Bone Ranger.
All right, Bone Ranger, let's go.
Or if you put a comma in there, you want to take this bone, Ranger?
Also, true story.
Also works.
True story. The person who the Lone Ranger was based on was actually black. So whitewashing in Hollywood. True story. Not even making it up. Look it up on Wikipedia.
Can we explain what we're doing for people who tuned in late?
Yes.
We're doing so a combination
No,
of
we did.
of,
No, we
of
did
staying
mention
woke and porn titles and,
We're doing,
and the
mention
NBA draft and our show.
we're doing top 70 best porn names or porn films.
Porn
And
titles.
why are we doing this?
Uh,
We're
Mike
celebrating
Why
because honestly, you gotta give credit where credit's due. Mike Roy Day 70, porn free. So it's not easy to do. So we're celebrating by listing the top 70 porn titles of all time.
We should
Next
we
week
should-
will be difficult, by the way.
You know what? We should call him up when we get to number one and have him on air as we do number one.
I don't think I want to talk to him after 365 days and not beating it. He'll be very, very pent up.
Perhaps he will be.
So you were talking about a game, Renegades Takeover.
No,
Was it
not
Renegades?
not Renegades. It was Takeover Montreal Freshmen.
Oh, sorry.
Ian Einheiber. And like you look at this team, by the way,
Which team?
the receiving core, Takeover. Receiving core of Julian Wilson, William Power, Vincent Benjamin, and Niall Anderson.
Mhm.
Man, how do you ever lose a game? And they were up early. They were up 19-6 in the first half and did not score again in the second half.
Yee.
I'll ask you this question, gentlemen.
I'm
Are
listening.
you surprised by the fact that Tough Lungs... Yes, we're going left in the NBA draft. Here we go.
With the 13th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Jerome Robinson from Boston College.
Yeah, he's been going up on the boards, Jerome Robinson. They thought he'd be top 10, but I think it's fine.
Not quite. It's close. It's 13.
Okay, so Tough Lungs. Are you surprised that they were able to hammer cheat code by a score of 33-15, and the lack of competition for cheat code, gentlemen? Did that hurt them
Yes.
as they finally faced their first real stiff competition?
Or they're not as good as Tough Lungs.
No.
Even though it
why
was a
not?
stiff competition.
I
Top, baby.
I think that cheat code has been don't show up to every game thinking that they're gonna breeze through the season too easily, that it got into their heads.
So they're quick.
Sort of like, yeah. So I think they got taken by surprise and they didn't know how to react considering they were down at some point. Like okay, and then they go back to a few plays that did not necessarily work and they started panicking and there you go. That's my take on it. That's how I see it. I still think Tough Lungs is a good team, but I think it's more cheat code beating themselves.
Well, Joe Cano throwing 4 interceptions is not going to help, but
Nice.
Joe Cano also has games where he's very capable of throwing interceptions because he lets the rusher get to him, throws off his back foot. But like, I don't know. I don't think cheat code are that much better. Like here, let's go name to name. Like Nikola Papic, Justin Lerner. Which one is marginally better than the other one?
Fair. Go on.
No.
Go to the second guy now.
So who? Pat Lindor and Darren McDazian.
No, Patton was not the second guy.
Fine. Who then?
Philima.
Okay, Kim
Yeah.
Philima and
Yes.
Darren McDazian.
Kevin Philima.
But marginally, like by far.
He's a monster.
Okay. So like,
Underused.
He's
Who's
probably one of the better players in Div D.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Okay, a guy not as known, Olivier Delares for Tough Lungs,
Yeah.
and now Pat Lindor.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's even. But
I don't even think it's even. I think just we don't know Olivier Delares. The guy on defense is amazing. His closing speed is crazy.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm
he's
saying.
a
That's
big
what I'm saying.
physical
It's
receiver.
close. Pat Lindor is a good defender for Division D too.
So I mean, I don't that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, they have one guy who is
But Joe
marginally
Cano-
better than
But
their
their
matchup.
quarterback, Joe Cano overall is a very good quarterback for Division
Yes.
D.
But is he
Yeah.
the
He
best
has
in division?
He has bad games. I agree with you.
But is he the best in division? No. So they have a good quarterback and a very strong surrounding court. But that's you just also described Tough Lungs.
It's fair.
They're the same kind of team.
Okay.
Very good supporting cast and a good quarterback.
That's fair.
Not the top quarterback, but good quarterback.
All right. Well,
Analysis.
speaking of analysis here, we talk about the teams in Division D who played in Division 6 winter season. Reviewing those teams, Peeze, in your mind, how have they fared, those Div 6 winter teams now in Division D this season?
So I was looking at that, and Tough Lungs being one of those teams, it's impressive to see them move up and already be at 4-1.
Stay on top.
Yeah, stay on top. Touched by an Angeletti was largely practice squad
Yep.
in Division 6. They moved up. 3-2 is not a bad start.
It's good.
But
Sorry,
did we
3-2-1.
give them the game changer overhype? And for those who don't know,
I don't understand the game. What's happening with Game Changers?
Well, I'm just saying, for those
That's Division C,
who
though.
don't understand that point, right?
But they were never actually in Division E.
No, but I'm saying that the hype level of Game Changers. What I'm trying to explain is that years ago, when Game Changers came to FPF, the three pinheads that we are, we hyped up Game Changers as being the next great team in FPF.
It wasn't
the
me, it was
greatest
Jim.
quarterback, and Anton Sakis, and we thought this team would be Division 1 bound, and they've sort of fluttered a little bit here.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
Sakis?
Sackage.
Because it's not how everyone pronounces his name.
Oh, sorry, Sakich.
Ayo.
But like even like
Hey,
Vic,
Brent.
Vic in the box, like they were making a case to stay in Division E because they knew they'd have some roster inconsistency. And they're
But
like,
they've had some frustrations, though.
well, because the thing is, look, I wish I had Styles Trudeau's arm, and he's going to get better and better and better and better because he has all the physical tools.
Mhm.
But he's still new to FPF. Like it
Yes.
takes a minute to learn the game, and being forced up quickly is difficult. And that's the kind of situation they're in. Is like are they too good for Div E? Yeah. Are they strong enough for Div D? Kind of in between, especially if you don't have Max Brewer
I
every
think
week.
they're really
You know.
in between. I think they would have added an easier time in Division E,
Yeah.
but the fact that they moved up, losing a few guys in Division D, puts them at we're too weak for this division, but we're too strong for the other one. What do we do now?
And then the other side of this is like teams from Division 4 moving down.
Mhm.
Like we've seen Le Blanc in Division 4 and Division
Yeah.
3 at one point. We've seen Grabuge and Browns de Boucherville. All of them moving down, all of them still struggling. 4 wins combined between them.
And Browns Bushville had a lead on Tuesday night in Brossard, and they blew it.
That's how you know your
But
season's
they-
going bad.
Second time they
Yeah.
did the same thing in Brossard in week 4.
Yeah.
But so like, what's the problem? Like, why do they let the game slip? Because I know, like,
I just think
I had to learn, for example, game management when I started.
Well,
playing
there's that.
quarterback.
There's
I think
definitely
it's
that.
the inability to close out games.
But like, so,
But
but
why?
what
But-
specifically is it? Is it that they're too aggressive? Is it that they
Just
call plays too
think-
quickly? They don't control the ball. They don't possess the ball.
I think they just don't have the creativity in offense to, hey, this is our 3 plays we'll go to on third down. Let's pick one of the plays that's going to work.
I think it's not even 3 plays. I feel like every time I watch Browns of Boucherville, the first half it works really well because they don't know what they're doing, right? The other team doesn't know what they're doing. In the second half, I feel like they got them figured out, and the plays that they go back to over and over are taken away, and they don't have that defensive creativity to do something else about it. Or call the same play, but do a different read.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
This reminds me of the struggles of the main characters in the Booby Guard.
Booby
Oh,
guard.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's almost a tragic film, and it's
Not as good as Bone
very
Rangers.
touching. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing else.
Well, you know, you can compare potentially a Clockwork Orgy to being
Yeah.
close.
That's critically
Yeah,
acclaimed.
that's
Critically
very good.
acclaimed. Based
Very
on the
good.
book.
So are we going to talk about the fact that Homo sapiens are very, very good this season?
I don't understand.
No, okay. What I don't understand, I'm gonna curse him right now. I'm gonna say it. The quarterback doesn't have an interception yet. He's 31-0-5.
Frank Delorier.
Seriously.
Well, like, first of all, I am François Delorier, but I don't want to understand.
31-0-5. We gotta give some credit
Why
there.
you gotta? Why you
I
gotta
have
bring
to
that up?
because he's not gonna finish the season with no picks, and this is very impressive.
What's the odds of that happening? We have
No
4
picks?
weeks, 4 games left.
Okay,
So
what's the
the
schedule?
average,
Who are you playing?
what's the average passing attempts does he have?
Are
per
we
game?
betting on this?
69%.
No, but what's his average passing attempts? Does he
How
get
many?
25 passing attempts per game? What's the average here?
Who
Let
they're
me bring
playing?
up the
Yeah, let's get that
the
number
game
up.
against
What's the schedule,
comeback
please?
season.
They're playing all hooks,
Yeah, it's a very
BD
difficult
Bandits,
So how many passing attempts?
Beerview Mirrors, and For the Show.
Okay, so how many pass attempts does he have so far?
171 in 6 games.
And we'll divide that. How many is that per game?
26.
26, right? So 26.
Whatever.
That means he's going to.
There's 100 passes left.
104 passes left.
Yes.
So 104 passes left. Will he throw
And they're
19?
playing 3 very good defense in For the Show, All Hooks, and BD Bandits.
I think
So
he
all
goes
we know
one.
from that information is that throwing an interception is infinitely possible. Like, there's no
Okay.
advanced metrics here.
I'm sorry,
so-
Francois. You're gonna have a pick by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Also, the team itself, it's impressive. Like we for some reason we haven't talked about it because Jim is
Well,
here.
Jim's
We
on
like
the
to talk
show,
about our
so-
own teams. But man, you guys are playing
You
well.
don't have a picture?
No. During photo day, we were all ready, and they were falling behind, and Rob was the one taking photos. And just take it with your phones another time.
Shocker.
Like, we'll skip over you.
Oh,
guys.
you should have done a selfie. That would have been
Shocker.
great. The only team with a
Shocker.
selfie.
So with the thing I'm not
Or
understanding.
the top sauce team photo from like a couple seasons ago. That was the temporary one where it was just me standing there.
we wanted for I'm let you finish Justin Blanchard to be the team photo because he's the team.
He is the team.
But he
According
refused
to
do
himself.
But also he is the team.
But he also refused to.
Michael
Do it.
Porter Jr.
Here we go.
from the University of
To
Missouri.
where? Nuggets.
The
So
Nuggets
him and
pick
Jamal
up
Murray
Michael
would be
All
good.
smiles now
And
because
now Moutier.
once
That's
you're
pretty good
selected,
for that.
the goal is
Surprised he
just
was
to
so late.
produce.
All smiles.
Back injury is what hurt him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All smiles, unlike Kevin Knox. There was no smiles there.
But so like the thing that amazes me about Homo sapiens is they don't win every matchup across the board when you see them.
But
There's,
their quarterback
guys
is-
you can pick on defense, and there's matchups on offense that Francois Doré should not be able to go to, and yet is able to go to all game long.
With no interceptions.
And he doesn't even have the best arm, and he's old.
But you know what? He's
So I don't get it. I don't know.
he's a smart quarterback though, right?
I like him.
Yeah,
Man.
but like at some point you're going to face a team where smarts isn't enough, right? Like you're going to face a team like maybe it's for the show, for example, like Chris Millard's going to break in a ball and just get there because he's the fastest person in FPF
In the division. Yeah.
history.
Yeah, actually.
You know, like there's not a lot of guys faster than that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? So
Oh, by the way, all hooks this year they have 12 INTs as a
in
team.
6 games, so 2 per game.
Yeah.
so how many INTs this week, Jim?
For them,
Yeah, for them against you.
none.
And they have
Hey.
they have
Hey.
three.
GM's the hype guy for his
and
team
they have
too.
3 pick sixes, by the way.
That's
You can't get a
irrelevant.
pick six if you don't pick off the ball, though.
I know. I'm
My
just
man.
saying.
No, I like. I wanted to give some shout outs to Homo Sapiens, man. You guys have been playing well. We haven't talked about you guys. There you go. Done. Moving on.
That's it for the rest of the season.
I like it. That's glowing praise.
Yeah, it's true.
We say I don't get it.
So touch
You know-
by Angeletti. Yes, Eagle.
You know what else got glowing praise? Night of the Giving Head.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh
It's very
my.
giving.
Yes,
They have not scored more than 20 points the last 3 games.
that's not good.
Who hasn't? Sorry.
Touched by Angeletti.
Yeah.
not good.
They have a winnable schedule. They play HBH, Team Ethnic, LBB, and Kangaroos. Kangaroos who beat Adonis A's.
It's not the winner. It's not the easiest. Kangaroos is a tough team to play.
That's but the 3 other
Team
games.
Ethnic, Team Ethnic too. They're not the
I think
easiest.
they could perhaps beat this team.
The Team Ethnic's underrated. Now, Half Boys Out.
They always are, by the way.
Hot
They're
Boys
always
out, yeah.
competitive every
So
season.
can they?
Hot Boys Outline's a hot mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are a complete mess.
I like
I'm
to-
surprised it's on the Eagles list over here.
No, but we do
Oh, what's that like?
definitely have a few hard men.
I tell you what, the Hot Boys hotline right now, they wish they were more hot men hotline. So because someone's gonna step
But
up.
are we
in this team.
staring at them perhaps going from a number 1 seed in week 3 to now maybe an 8 seed? in
to
the
Hot
playoffs?
Boys.
I'm talking about Touched by Angeletti.
I think
Oh,
they'll end the season 2-2. Like they'll steal one from either Kangaroos or Hot Boys Hotline. But but like I figure like Hot Boys Hotline's probably win, and they'll probably steal one against like a team like Baby Kangaroos or Le Bleu Blanc Noir. But they'll also lose the other one where they could have won to
Yeah.
Kangaroos or Bleu Blanc Noir.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be the Hot Boys Outline Touchman Manager game should be interesting because both teams are like going treading downwards. One of them has to win, right?
yeah. Well,
unless they tie 0-0.
yeah, and hopefully we do see Gordon Hogan back, and hopefully he's healed up.
Hopefully.
Because
and
that's
that'll make a
huge for
difference. I mean, look, but like
Yes.
he makes a difference on any team in this division.
Yeah.
And,
He also
and higher divisions. I
like-
mean, so
like Shane said it. Shane Feinberg, their quarterback, said it the week 1 when it was in the podcast.
nice. You're learning to say last names.
My man.
Like it.
How big of a
Growth.
difference he was on both sides of the ball. Like he helps tremendously, and now they don't have it anymore. Sure, they did learn a little bit with him in a few weeks, but you need your number 1 guy back out there.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim.
No, I was just gonna add to that. He just really takes away half the field. Essentially,
Yep.
It limits the opposing quarterback's read tremendously.
It doesn't
yeah,
look
if
like
I'm
it.
throwing against him, I'm not going there.
Yeah,
Sorry, man. Take a night off. You're not getting stats.
yeah, exactly. He could have 0 stats across the board,
And make a
0
huge
passes
impact.
defended, no tackles, but shut down the entire side of the field.
Is he arguably one of the best, maybe not the greatest, one of the best cover corners in this league's history?
In this division,
I don't
yes.
even think a cover corner is right. Like he's just a guy, like a free safety roaming the field who will take it. Like he'll read the play and make the break for your receiver.
That's
So,
the,
no,
that's
I-
the,
so
that's
I
the
beg
main
your
thing.
pardon.
He spots the ball in the air very, very well.
Yeah.
He looks like he's slow and he's not going anywhere, but his closing speed is fantastic.
So I beg your pardon. How about one of the smartest defenders in FPF?
Yeah, and it's just like shutdown defender is the guy you think of like man to man all day, you're not getting the ball
Yeah,
to
no,
the
that's not what
Like Justin
Gordon
Blanchard.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing that, especially in Division D, that's what he does, right? We
Yeah.
saw that against Alex David this week.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what Gordon Hogan does differently is he's a guy looking to roam the field and just make plays.
So freelancing.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
has
and like
a-
it's
he has a
it's
greater impact
artistic
that
in a
way.
sense, you know.
He has
like-
a greater impact that way.
Yes, Eagle. Oh, sorry, GM. Go ahead. I beg your pardon. Sorry, I'm just so used to Eagle, right? You know, when he's with his. his pointing.
his biggest smile on his
You know.
face.
Okay, so what
Yes,
I
Jim.
was going to say was like Gordon Hogan. We had talked about a couple of weeks ago that it went from a point where Gordon Hogan was so talked about in this league, and then there was a lull where everyone's forgotten him, and now
Yeah.
we're starting to remember him again.
He took some time off though, did he not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for context, like Gordon Hogan was so good back in the day when he was 16 in Div 4. He had 11 interceptions.
yeah,
How old
He
is
might
he
not
now?
even have been 16. He might have been 15 at the time.
How old is
Oh,
he now? 25?
nope, it was 16.
26?
he looks the same, by the way.
But how many years now has that been? He's now what, 25,
Uh,
26?
Or 26, 27,
Yeah.
depending on which was right first, if it's 15 or 16.
I saw a playoff. One of the first playoff games I had to cover in FPF. I saw him have 3 interceptions and basically win the game by himself.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it
Do
was
you
awesome.
find with his haircut, he looks like John Travolta in Saturday Night Beaver?
John Travolta can't have a haircut.
Saturday Night Beaver.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Oh my!
All right, Mo, where are we going with this now? Where's the beaver?
Longhorns. Longhorns.
Long and horny.
I don't know what to
Peasy's
say,
favorite
man.
Tier. Peasy, is it time for Longhorns to become your supper on Sunday?
Well, Simone and I had steaks for getting here, so we're prime,
Barbecue
and ready to
steaks?
go
Yes.
on the grill. It's
So-
some bistecca Fiorentina,
So it's not going to be
Nice.
Peace's supper because he's not playing.
and I already ate. also.
So it's going to be John Larissa's supper. Also, is supper a real word?
Oh, we're playing them
Dinner.
on Sunday. I didn't realize that.
There's no games on Sunday. But
Wait,
what
I'm
has
very
happened
confused.
to this team here? What has happened to this team in terms of their...
Are they no?
Existence.
So one of the things, even the cap doesn't do this well. We don't account for people getting older. It's like
Ratings
like,
don't go down.
you know, like once in a while you're watching like the NBA and you're like, hey, oh, what happened to this guy? Oh, he retired 5 years ago because he's 40 years old now, and like you don't realize that dudes get older and,
Hi,
and
Vince
that has an
Carter.
impact. And I think that's what's happening with Longhorns is that at one point. Yeah, you're the oldest guys on the field, and everyone else is starting at 18, 19 years old, and you're faster than you. And, you know, John Moody is great, and the team is very solid top to bottom, but they don't have guys. Like, I mean, that's been the Achilles heel for a little while, is that if you decide to start chucking it deep and run and you know, attack them 3 deep all game, they can't defend it. And like, are we at a point now where Division D is too strong for Longhorns?
So a drop, and I know, Gene, you want to make a point now?
Yeah, it's just my favorite NFL stat of all time. There's only 2 players over the age of 40 who have caught a pass in the NFL.
Hold on. Can we...
Oh, it was
Henry Ellard?
Anyone else?
Jerry Rice is one, for sure.
Correct, yes.
That's one.
who? Herman Moore?
No.
He retired before 40?
It's Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brett
Interesting.
Favre caught a deflected pass
Oh.
of his own, so he has 1 reception over the age
Here
of
we
40.
go. Draft pick now.
Trade to announce
Oh,
the Charlotte Hornets trade the draft rights to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick, to the LA Clippers for the draft rights to Miles Bridges, the 12th pick, and 2 future second-round picks.
okay. So the Clippers get their point guard of the future.
And with the 15th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Troy Brown Jr. from the University of Oregon.
Okay. So now we're getting to the
It's
no
a
name.
very-
Yeah.
It's a very NBA thing to do.
You know who was the last? You know who was the last 40-year-old to drop a pass in the NFL?
Peace.
Tom Brady.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice. Just to complete my point, though,
Yeah.
Brett Favre 1 reception over the age of 40. Jerry Rice 185 receptions over the age of 40
Damn.
for 2,500
To be
yards
fair,
and 12
one of them
TDs.
looked like he aged a lot better than the other. Although, no one rocks a pair of Levi's or Wranglers,
Wranglers.
like
Wranglers.
Brett Favre.
So does this mean for Longhorns they're going to have to drop down? What was their division this past winter season? Division
5?
5A?
5B, if I'm not mistaken. Eagle.
Eagle, are they a 5A
Right.
or 5B?
How about you do something?
I am. I was getting ready to say 40 gays and 40 nights.
Nice.
Okay. So
I
are
still-
they? Are they
I like how it's
now-
diverse because it's 2018.
So-
Good call.
So if it wasn't for, so right now they don't have Rob Allen, was the main piece in their winter season success when we were talking about them, saying this is a shot, this should be the season they win.
I don't think he fits like on.
Yeah,
This
that's the thing, right? Like he's still a superstar, but he
And
also
they were
has
5A, by the way.
he also
5A.
has
Yeah,
a
my
monster
bad.
rating. So if
I
they want
wasn't
to drop down, they can't play with Rob Allen anymore.
So, to forecast their future, are they now 5B or dare I
Yeah,
say
but John
Div
Moody
6?
though. Like, can you see John Moody in Division E?
Div 6 though, for winter season.
Div 6, it's even worse.
Well, but again, are we doing that thing where he's getting older and we're not?
But he's
adjusting
still
for that?
no.
Because like Sean Modrowski a couple years ago would have been like, "There's no way this guy could throw in Division E," and
No,
he's struggling in Division E.
But
Yeah.
they're still putting up a lot of points on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
They're not winning
Yeah,
games,
but I
though.
understand, but they're not winning games.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna score a ton in Division E, but maybe they'll still not win 10 games.
Yeah, but you think in Division E that's going to get
Like
better?
Pat Saint Amand's throwing in Division E,
Oh, that's fair.
and he's better. He's better
I
at this
will
point.
say this
than
though:
John Moody
someone
was.
who has watched the game
Ah,
win.
At this
better.
point, yes.
I don't think
Lifetime
so.
achievement, no.
Who you
I
taking?
like
You taking
John
Pat
Moody,
St.
man.
Amand or you taking John Moody?
I'm taking Pat Saint Amand.
Who you taking?
I take Moody, man.
You're wrong then.
GM,
It's
who you
okay.
taking?
John Moody.
Who
Yeah,
you
because
taking,
GM
Eagle?
has old man bias.
No,
I
but
do have old man
Yeah.
bias.
My
I
favorite
still
non bias. Eagle, who you taking? St. Amand or Moody?
I'm definitely taking Bitanic.
Oh my!
I
Again,
still think,
diverse. I
I
like
still
this
think
list.
John Moody is a good
Or
quarterback.
giving us insight into extracurricular activities.
Oh,
But yeah, I think the team around him lacks speed.
I guess I don't know. I like I said, just if this is the team,
Take
they
John
wanna-
Moody, put him on supply and command.
Yeah, he'll do much better, for sure. But the thing is, they want to work together as a team, right?
Yeah, no.
So this team, I don't think is strong enough to compete in Division 5,
Agreed.
Division D.
Agreed. But they would have the best quarterback in Division E if you move
Maybe.
they're 1-5.
I mean, you also don't like that dude from Glow Gang, Arnaud Desjardins. How is he not better than John Moody? He's just a name you know more.
less experience.
They're 1-5 right
That doesn't
now.
mean that just means oldness.
No,
That means
no.
you're closer to the grave.
No, but you don't know that.
That's true. We don't know
But-
anything can happen.
But the play calling also helps. Like John Moody knows what plays to call when.
Okay, then you get that after your third season.
That's what I'm saying.
So Arnaud Desjardins next season will be in his third season.
There you go. So another season.
So the next season will be
We'll have
better?
this debate next spring.
All right.
So, gentlemen,
Pointless.
they're 1-5. They're one game off from 8th place.
Who's this? Sorry.
They're, Longhorns. Their next 4 games: Wrecking Crew, Sunday Touch Boys, Blazed and Confused, and Adonis A's, who we'll talk about soon.
Hey, this is a winnable schedule.
Except for Adonis A's, they're a good team.
And Wrecking
So-
Crew. I don't think they're being Wrecking Crew.
I'm not saying I said it's
Wrecking
winnable. I
Crew
didn't say it's a
been
guarantee.
Up and down.
Yeah.
First of all, they just came off of the most Hot Boys Hotline game ever, playing Hot Boys Hotline,
Yeah,
ending
that
in a tie.
It's terrible.
But their trajectory has been a little more downward than I'd
So
like.
here's the thing. I spoke to Stephen Harpersod and Kevin Kasai, unfortunately, before the game. Fortunate for Stephen Harpersod,
Bandana.
unfortunate for Kevin Kasai. And so this is the thing I told them when they were playing Division E a couple seasons ago. And I was like, they show their defense
Wrecking Crew?
before the play.
But they have the best player in the division in Kevin Smuda.
Yes, but the
And
thing,
he
okay, but Simon,
abuses Kevin
okay,
Smuda.
so Simon, if you
Wait.
see,
Didn't we just say Gordon Hogan was the best player in the division?
Nope.
that was 10
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Nope.
10 minutes ago.
I don't remember anything.
The thing is, Simon, like if a team shows, and one of the things they do is, for example, they stack the safeties over the halves, the defensive halves.
Mhm.
So what do you do every single play?
Deep out.
Deep out or hook to the sideline. Like the thing is,
What's a hook? What's a sideline?
but the whole sideline
What
from
your
0
wide
to
right
10
does.
yards,
hey, Peeze.
the whole sideline from 0 to 10 yards is open, and you know that pre-snap.
Yes.
And they've been this competitive despite horrendously showing their defense before the start.
Okay.
And they've been stubborn about this, getting to 3 seasons now.
Oh, you mean okay? Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
And so given all that, yes, they've been up and down because teams have figured out, hey, I'm just going to take the thing that's open all day.
Mhm.
Because they're showing me their defense before the snap. Why would you ever do that? Yet they do it all the time, and yet they still are marginally successful. And after a huge winter season, marginally successful in the spring season.
All right,
Which
tell
is
the
tougher season.
Tell the tape. Adonis A's, GLC. That's a big game this week.
Yeah.
A win would put one of these teams firmly in the 2 seed. However, both teams lost to Kangaroos earlier this year.
Kangaroos is a good team.
Very
Yeah.
good team. So let's look at the position groups here. Who do you give the edge to at the quarterback position in this game this
But
weekend?
there's something that we have to mention first.
Yes.
The injury to. I only know this because of
Manny
the script,
Kershaw?
but I was curious because I don't know what it is.
Well, he
How
has,
serious is it?
he has a finger injury and he's expected back at some point.
Okay, so
That's gonna
it's not like this most
Not the
serious
end of the year.
injuries.
No,
Okay.
not the season-ending injury here. But looking at the quarterback position here, who do you give the edge to in this battle this weekend?
Probably a slight edge to Alexander Lyle. I think his repertoire
Did
of
your voice
throws.
just crack?
Yeah, puberty.
Well,
Puberty again.
Say his name again.
Alexander Lyle.
Delil.
Dilla.
Delisle.
You know what? No, because we were calling the team West Lyle Squad.
What's the Lyle squad?
Yeah, that's what we were calling the team. So, you know what? I'm sticking with it. Alexander Delisle. The thing is that he just has a better repertoire of throws.
He's a good quarterback.
And just solid, protects the ball and can put up points. So I go with Alexander Delisle.
I like Eamon Luong. I've always liked him.
Eamon?
Since Heyman.
Okay, this is an amen. I was like, amen for who?
It's funny because none of us will know how to pronounce his name, right? So
I do.
we're criticizing. Maybe you also don't.
You
speak
also don't
Vietnamese.
know. So I like him as a quarterback. He plays safe.
Oh,
he's good.
We're going live.
With the 16th pick in the
Another big
2018
man, watch
NBA
this.
draft, the Phoenix Suns select Zaire Smith from Texas Tech University.
Yeah, he's a high scorer. They like him a lot. They thought he was going to move up.
That's not bad.
Really.
Should be fun.
I thought they were going to draft another
They
center.
thought he was going to go. They
Again.
thought they were going to top 10. But anyway, carry on.
Did your voice just crack?
Zaire Smith going to the Suns. But as you're saying about the
Yeah, I think so. What makes him good is the fact that he's safe, doesn't turn the ball over much. But it's also
His
what-
downfall.
Yes,
that too.
because he's not explosive enough.
Yeah.
And I find that as much as I would like to say that he's the better of the two, I have to go with Alexander.
All right. Yes, you go.
Since we're talking about crack, let's not forget about Russell Crowe's famous performance in A Beautiful Behind.
Perfect.
Nice.
Who has the edge in the wide receiver battle this weekend?
I am once again going with Adonis Hayes. Michael Kazaka and Raul Barudi is probably the best 1-2 punch in the division, especially now with Mendy Carter-Sean maybe not playing this game.
Yeah, without Mendy Carter-Sean, I agree. But if he's LT, I'm going with Chelsea.
Yeah, many
No,
probably
I
won't
disagree.
play.
Michael
I
Kazaka.
saw him.
I think Michael Kazaka is at worst as good as Mendy Carter-Sean.
Mendy's very good, man.
And yeah, so is Michael Kazaka. And
I agree.
who they have that's better than Raul Barudi?
There isn't a guy like see Max Kevin Jocelyn had a pick 6 on defense.
Oh, hey, nice.
Well, but
We
the
should have
thing
talked
is-
about that more.
But the
Yeah.
things that they do well is they maximize each player's ability.
Which
So-
isn't much of an ability because
But-
they
but,
don't-
like, the thing is-
they're not over the top.
No, but like
players,
they're not a team of straight athletes across the
No,
board.
they're not. That's what I'm
But
saying.
every guy on like if a guy's a 6 on 10, you're getting a 6.5 on 10 from him.
From
if a guy's
Chelsea?
yeah, if a guy's an 8 on 10, let's say Hyman Long in most teams is like an 8 on 10. He's an 8.5 or he's a 9 on 10 with that team.
Agreed.
There's something about that core that elevates each other. It's amazing.
You remember that playoff loss, eh? Yeah,
Mhm.
It still stings.
Oh boy. Defensively,
I mean,
That's-
but that's what it was though.
That's what. Yes,
They're
that's what it
scoring
was.
40 points when they never do.
That's what it was. They scored 43. We lost. We scored 40, but that's what it was. Is they played their hearts out the entire game, and that's why they won.
defensively, no Mendy Carter-Sean.
That's a bigger.
So do we get the edge to?
I actually give this one to GLC because their defense is more schematic than it is athletes just roaming around making plays.
but they need that guy over top. They need that Mendy
It
Carter.
definitely helps. It definitely helps them to have that, but I don't think it'll be as huge a drop off as we think.
I think it's going to be bigger than you're saying, simply because the guy underneath doesn't have to do as much, so he's able to cover his portion of the field better. Because you have a safety that's fast and covers a lot of field behind him that he knows he can rely on.
So
If you lose that,
so you said bigger than I think. You said guy underneath, and you said better from behind. And Eagle does not have a title ready. Listen to the goddamn show.
no, he's playing Pokemon. He's
Put your
tired of
Pokemon shit away.
No, man. it's
Do your
Laura-
job.
it. No, man.
Laura Croft, Womb Raider.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. That doesn't even make sense. It's a terrible title.
Womb Raider.
All right, so
Sounds like a pregnancy show.
we'll give our pick
Bone
at the
Rangers.
end of the
Yes,
show here.
we
but,
shall.
one last thing here: the
Hmm?
Lister lookalike, Jordan McKennis.
Yo, he looks like, if you ever seen the show Red Dwarf,
So
he looks like Lister.
okay, so
Nobody
when I read this, I was like, "What's Lester?" So is it Maura Lester? Joseph Lester? The
Lister.
Lister cars?
Can you put up the
The
picture of
British
Lister?
sports cars? Is it a silk manufacturer? What's a Lister?
So when I sent my notes to Mokan, it said Lister from Red Dwarf.
No, so does Jordan McInnes look like Lister?
Yeah, does he?
But what's Lister?
Put his face on the screen.
Oh. So I was
I
like,
told Jordan to watch
the only
podcast.
Lister that I know is a British
But
sports
also
car.
put it on the show, dude.
Yeah.
Can you give me a sec?
Yo, you have to prep 2 days in advance.
So the only Lister
So-
that I knew was a sports car. I was like, what does he look like? A sports car?
Okay, so are we voting or what? I say yes for Lister.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
GM,
I can't see.
you also have the internet.
I am
Lister Redwood.
blind.
All right, we'll wait for your vote. Thanks for holding up the show.
Is it on the screen right now?
And
It
not yet.
was.
It was. Eagles taking sweet ass time.
He's comparing.
Let's filibuster.
You
So let's talk
you
about
really
the team.
care that much about my opinion right now that you're delaying the show for
Sorry, we
this?
care about you, Jim.
We do.
Yeah, man,
Really
you're pretty
do.
disappointing to me. I love you.
Thank you.
You know what? In the meantime, as we get the image up for GM, let's do a week of the games here.
Okay.
So in Div D1,
Yes.
we have Moss City against the Sheriff.
Moss City's missing a lot of guys. They have not been a full roster.
The sheriff has a chance of getting the quarterback injured every play. So
I'm gonna go Moss City.
Also, what's happened since we started making fun of him is he has an ego injury.
Did you notice
so
that every time I show up to the
yeah.
field, he's suddenly injured for like a 45 seconds and then he's
Who,
back again?
Louis Manning?
Yeah.
Yeah. I also,
Dude, like
I heard
honestly,
that actually right now he has a tear duct injury because he's been overusing them. So
Dude, like when you dedicate your life to a football player, like your life's like it's irrelevant. Okay.
Did you pick?
I mean, human life is never irrelevant.
It really is.
Let's start
Did you
with that.
pick
I did. I
Mogai?
picked Moss City.
No, I don't see it. At
You
all.
don't see it?
No, I don't see it at all.
Eagle, your pick.
I'm just trying to see now.
Eagle, what do you got?
I can totally see it.
Yeah.
I don't see that at all. Can I see that again, please?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yes, you can see it again.
You can also walk around to the Eagle side for a second.
Or you could just go on your
Or
laptop.
you can stand up and look at it.
There was also an episode where he had the goggles on, so
It
that's
helps.
what I'm thinking of.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, it's 4-1. You're wrong.
Majority rules.
You lose. Sorry.
Next.
Takeover Gotham Knights.
Yeah. Give me
Someone's wearing
takeover.
pennies, by the way, because they both
Yeah.
wear gray. I'm going to take over.
Yes, sir.
I think Takeover will bounce back.
And I'm going to give you 2 more from D1, so I'll have to do 4 in Div D2 to
On the
compensate
prep.
because I want to talk about both of these. Show me your TDs against Diablos.
Show me
tits.
TDs.
I think it's
Oh.
show me your TDs and it's not close.
Really? Not
Yeah.
close?
No, they're a much better team. Top to bottom, they're a much better team.
Okay. I think it's going to be close.
Next.
And Super Saiyans, Beady Bandits.
Give me the Bandits, man.
Saiyans. Because Jordan Lord has like this like
Super
anger
Saiyans. Super
towards them.
Saiyans.
I know, but the Bandits have been playing really
Yeah,
well.
but the thing is, right now, Corey's atop of the mountain. But us big guys, we get hungry. We gotta come down once in a while. And that's what's gonna happen.
Next.
Or could he feed on Super Saiyans?
Baby
'Cause they
Kangaroos,
fly.
Ball So Hard You.
I go with Ball So Hard You.
Not the Kangaroos, man.
Give me the Joeys.
Yeah, give me the Joeys.
They're not.
I got
Hey.
that reference like 2 weeks ago, and I'm so happy.
It was off air too, so I had to bring it
I
up.
know,
I
I know,
brought
well
it up
done.
last week.
Next.
Browns de Boucherville against Mutation.
Doesn't
Mutation.
matter.
No
Anybody
way.
Who's not Browns de Boucherville.
Browns de Boucherville are winning the
Mutation.
Stop
freaking
that. Stop that.
mutation. No.
And who throws the deep ball worse?
Peeze.
Actually, that's
That game. No,
Grabuge,
Benjamin Reed.
Thunder
man.
Buddies.
Thunder Buddies.
Thunder Buddies.
What's the other team? Sorry.
Ravouche.
Yee. Hey, Grabuge coming off a big win.
Mm-hmm. Is it the only one?
No. Give me Grabuge.
Next.
Vic in a Box, Team Ethnic.
Team Ethnic.
Team Ethnic.
Underrated.
Team Ethnic.
That's it.
All right. Magic words, please.
Hologram with an H on the forehead.
Good
What-
night.
What's your magic words, Eagle?
E.T. the extra testicle.
Good night, Peru.
So is the word testicle?
Extra.
Oh, it's just extra.
It's extra testicle.
Right? It's not bad. 3 is better than 2.